Hello, BBN. The Boozer brothers are on Pope and Kentucky's radar. Could they be coming to the Cats? This was unexpected. But let's dive into this news. First, hit that subscribe button and join the channel. The potential recruitment of brothers Cameron and Caden Boozer by the Kentucky Wildcats adds an extra layer of excitement to the class of 2025. With Mark Pope at the helm, Kentucky's basketball program is ramping up its pursuit of top-tier talent, and the Boozer twins are undoubtedly two of the biggest names in college basketball. The brothers' scheduled visit to Kentucky's campus on September 22nd could mark a significant turning point in their recruitment, and it's clear that Pope and his coaching staff are sparing no effort to secure these young talents for the Wildcats roster. Cameron Boozer, ranked as the number 2 recruit by 24/7 Sports, and Caden Boozer, listed at number 21, are sons of former Duke player and NBA star Carlos Boozer. This fact alone makes the narrative around the twins' recruitment even more intriguing, as many fans and experts naturally assume they will follow in their father's footsteps and commit to Duke. However, this visit to Kentucky and the way the Wildcats have positioned themselves as strong contenders show that the path might not be so straightforward. Besides Kentucky, the brothers have scheduled visits to Duke, Florida, and Miami. The latter two options make a lot of sense given the proximity of their high school, Columbus High School in Miami, to these universities. However, the fact that Kentucky is in the mix, directly competing with Duke's legacy, is already an accomplishment that highlights the impact of Mark Pope on recruitment. He has demonstrated great skill in attracting talent, and with a potentially strong class of 2025, Pope might be positioning Kentucky as a prime destination for the nation's top players. Cameron projects as a dominant power forward in college, with a skill set that positions him as one of the most complete players in his class. Caden, on the other hand, brings a game vision and playmaking ability that make him a key asset for any team that recruits him. Together, the twins form a package that any basketball program would love to have, and the Big Blue Nation is keenly watching this rare opportunity to bring two impactful players to the team at the same time. The presence of Cameron and Caden on campus during Kentucky's football game against Ohio on September 21st should only increase the excitement around this potential addition to the Wildcats basketball team. Kentucky has a long history of developing elite players, and the prospect of seeing the Boozer brothers in blue and white is surely thrilling the fans. The campus atmosphere, combined with the appeal and tradition of the basketball program, might be just what Kentucky needs to win over the twins' hearts and persuade them to choose Lexington over Durham or Miami. Although the Boozer surname suggests a natural connection with Duke, Cameron and Caden have made it clear they are not locked into following their father's path. Indeed, they have noted that Kentucky has been prominently featured in their considerations, showcasing the commitment and effort of the coaching staff to win their recruitment. Mark Pope and his team appear well-positioned to compete for these twins until the end, and if they manage to bring Cameron and Caden to the team, it would be a huge coup in the college recruitment scene, especially given the assumption that Duke was the likely destination. For Kentucky, securing Cameron and Caden Boozer would not just be a triumph in recruitment, but also a clear signal that the basketball program continues to be a dominant force in college sports. With Pope leading the way, the future looks promising, and the addition of the Boozer twins would only further solidify Kentucky as one of the most attractive and competitive programs in the country. The race is on, and the BBN may have reasons to celebrate very soon if Cameron and Caden decide to commit to Kentucky. Kobe Brea's nomination as the top three-point shooter in the country for the 2024-25 season comes as no surprise to those who have followed his career. Transferring from Dayton, Brea brings with him an impressive track record that places him among the most lethal long-distance shooters in college basketball. Andy Katz from NCAA.com bolstered this reputation by ranking Brea as the #1 outside shooter in Division I, an accolade that reflects his consistency and efficiency over the past seasons. During his 4-year stint at Dayton, Brea proved to be a reliable marksman, converting 43.4% of his three-point attempts across 113 games. Last season, he elevated his performance to an even higher level, hitting an impressive 49.8% of his long-distance shots. This not only placed him at the top of college basketball, but also highlighted the quality of his volume shooting, with 6.1 attempts per game. His accuracy was so noteworthy that he surpassed the second-best shooter by more than 3 percentage points. As a result, Brea was named the Atlantic 10's Sixth Man of the Year for the second time in 3 seasons, solidifying himself as one of the most formidable offensive threats off the bench. Now donning the Wildcats uniform, Brea is set to be a key component in Mark Pope's offensive scheme. Modern basketball values shooters who can space the floor and pave the way for dynamic offensive plays, and Brea fits this mold perfectly. He brings not just a physical presence, but also the ability to consistently knock down long-range shots, a trait that will be vital for Kentucky's offense. His ability to create space for his teammates and punish opposing defenses from afar makes him a crucial weapon, especially in tight game moments. Brea's success at Dayton was just the beginning of a trajectory that now promises to shine even brighter at Kentucky. His choice of the Wildcats, after being courted by powerhouse programs like Duke, Kansas, UConn, and North Carolina, indicates how highly valued he is in the college basketball scene. He is not just a player who can quickly add points from the perimeter, but someone who possesses a high basketball IQ and can contribute in multiple ways on the court. For Mark Pope, leading his first season at Kentucky, Brea embodies confidence in a game plan that values three-point shooting and floor spacing. In modern basketball, where the ability to hit long-range shots can be the difference between winning and losing, having someone like Brea on the roster is a luxury. His performance last season, where he made 100 of 201 three-point attempts, was the best in the NCAA over the past 6 years. This not only highlights his efficiency, but also his ability to adapt to different playing systems, a skill that will be crucial as he transitions to the SEC, one of the most competitive conferences in the country. As the season approaches, Kentucky fans are eager to see the impact Brea will have on the team. His shooting ability will undoubtedly be one of the Wildcats' main offensive weapons, but he brings much more to the table. His experience and success at Dayton show that he is more than just an elite shooter. He is a smart player who understands the game at a deep level and knows how to position himself to maximize his opportunities. Furthermore, his presence on the court will force opposing defenses to adjust, creating opportunities for his teammates to capitalize on offensive plays. This transfer is yet another indication that Mark Pope is shaping Kentucky to be an immediate powerhouse, capable of competing for the national title. By attracting a talent like Brea, Pope demonstrates his ability to recruit players who fit perfectly into his system, while also reinforcing Kentucky's tradition as an elite destination for the country's best players. In a sport where adaptability is key to success, Brea joins a roster of players who can transform a team. He brings not only refined technical skill, but also the winning mentality that Kentucky expects from its athletes. If he can maintain the level of performance he showed at Dayton, Brea is poised to be one of the standout names of the upcoming season and a decisive factor in the Wildcats' quest for another national title. Let's move forward. The inclusion of Jackson Robinson among the top 16 wing players for the 2024-25 season, as noted by Andy Katz from NCAA.com, marks a significant recognition for the Kentucky basketball program, which is undergoing a rebuilding phase under the leadership of Mark Pope. Robinson, ranked as the 10th best wing in the country by Katz, brings a wealth of experience from his collegiate journey, which spans 4 different programs over 5 years, including Texas A&M, Arkansas, BYU, and now Kentucky. Robinson has a clear connection with Pope, having played under him for the last 2 seasons at BYU, and this chemistry will be crucial for the Wildcats' success in 2024-25. The transition of a young and revamped roster requires leadership and adaptation, and Robinson, with his experience and understanding of Pope's system, will be a key component in this process. He is expected not only to contribute offensively, but also to act as a bridge between the coach and his new teammates, helping to integrate the newcomers into Pope's philosophy and style of play. Throughout his career, Robinson has proven himself as a versatile and reliable player, capable of contributing both in scoring and on defense. His last season at BYU was his most productive yet, with averages of 14.2 points per game and impressive shooting splits, including a 90.8% free throw accuracy, placing him among the best free throw shooters in the country. His ability to shoot from different areas of the court will be crucial for Kentucky's offense, which aims to be a consistent long-range threat, a vital element in modern basketball. Robinson's ranking by Cats might have stirred some unease for the player, who, in an Instagram post, seemed to question his placement on the list. However, this doubt could serve as motivation for Robinson to prove he deserves an even higher ranking. The upcoming season provides the perfect opportunity for him to solidify his status as one of the most dynamic and complete players in the NCAA. Additionally, as the only player on Kentucky's current roster who has previously played under Pope, Robinson has the chance to be the focal point of the Wildcats' offense, assuming a leadership role both on and off the court. Robinson's return to Kentucky through the transfer portal was widely considered one of the most significant moves of the offseason for the program. On a team featuring 12 new players, his tested experience and skill at the highest level of college basketball offer much-needed stability. The Big Blue Nation is eager to see how Robinson adapts to this new phase of his career, and his versatility as a wing, combining size, athleticism, and shooting skills, should make him one of the key components of the team. Andy Katz, by including Robinson on his list, highlights the importance of this player to Kentucky and to college basketball as a whole. Although his definition of wing may have caused some controversy, Robinson's presence among the best non-guard/center players in the country should not be underestimated. His ability to space the floor, create his own shooting opportunities, and defend multiple positions makes him an essential player for any team aiming for success. And for Kentucky, which is seeking to reclaim its prominent position in college basketball under Pope's leadership, Robinson represents a vital piece. Robinson's impact on Kentucky could extend beyond statistics. He is a player who understands the nuances of the game and can use his experience to help new players quickly adapt to the demands of playing in one of the most traditional and challenging programs in the NCAA. With the right mindset, he can become a leader in the locker room, someone who not only produces on the court, but also guides his teammates during critical moments. As the season approaches, expectations for Kentucky are high, and Jackson Robinson will play a crucial role in meeting those expectations. His track record of success at BYU, combined with his familiarity with Pope's system, suggests that he is poised to make a significant impact in Lexington. And if he can maintain or even exceed his performance level from last season, there is no doubt that Robinson will be remembered as one of the central figures in the revival of Kentucky basketball under Mark Pope. Ohio's coach, Tim Albin, acknowledged the greatness of the Kentucky Wildcats defense in a candid analysis regarding the upcoming clash between the two teams. For Albin, who has seen his team face tough challenges this season, the task of facing Kentucky at Kroger Field this weekend ranks as one of the most daunting yet. Albin's assertion that he sees no weakness in the Wildcats' defense not only shows his respect for the opponent, but also highlights the exceptional quality of the defensive system that Mark Stoops has implemented at Kentucky. Under Stoops' leadership, Kentucky has consistently showcased its ability to form solid defenses that are tough to break, and the 2024 season is shaping up no differently. With players like Dion Walker, who stands out not just for his size, but also for his skill on the field, Kentucky's defense is positioned as one of the best in the nation. Albin even compared the Wildcats' defense to the 2008 Ohio State team, which was considered one of the best of that era. This comparison should not be taken lightly, given that the 2008 Ohio State led national defensive statistics with a unit that returned 9 starters and intimidated opponents in every game. Walker, in particular, is viewed by Albin as a special talent, a first-round player who jumps off the tape when reviewing the Wildcats footage. Walker's combination of strength and agility ranks him among the top defenders in the NCAA. He leads a front line that not only pressures the opposing quarterback, but also closes down the running game, making it extremely difficult for opposing offenses to gain ground against the Wildcats. Albin's statement about Kentucky's defense having no weaknesses is backed by numbers and the team's performance over the past seasons. Kentucky has developed a defense that can compete at an elite level in the SEC, a conference known for producing some of the best defenses in college football. Even with a solid offensive line, Ohio is likely to struggle to break through Kentucky's defensive barrier, especially given the constant pressure that the Wildcats' front line can exert. The success of the Wildcats this defensive season doesn't rely solely on Walker, however. Mark Stoops' defensive system is designed to function as a cohesive unit, with experienced and talented players in all positions. This is evidenced by Kentucky's ability to adjust its defense according to the style of play of its opponents, maintaining pressure and forcing crucial errors. Additionally, the depth of the defensive roster allows Kentucky to maintain a high level of intensity throughout the entire game, with no signs of performance drop-off. For Ohio, the matchup at Kroger Field will represent a battle not just of skill, but of mental preparation. Albin, in an effort to mitigate the impact of the hostile atmosphere, has increased the use of artificial noise during his team's practices, trying to simulate the conditions they will face in Kentucky. Nonetheless, as Albin himself admitted, there is no way to replicate the size and strength of Kentucky's defense in practice. The physical superiority of the Wildcats, especially on the front line, is one of the main factors that make this matchup so challenging for Ohio. Beyond physical presence, Kentucky possesses tactical versatility that allows them to adjust their defensive game plan based on the weaknesses of the opponents. This means that Ohio will need to find creative ways to exploit any small openings that may arise, which, according to Albin, will be extremely difficult to achieve. The lack of execution in the red zone in recent weeks is a concerning aspect for Ohio, which will need to be much more efficient if it hopes to stand any chance against Kentucky's impregnable defense. The upcoming game between Kentucky and Ohio is more than just a battle between two college football programs. It's an opportunity for the Wildcats' defense to reaffirm its dominance and prove they are ready to take on any challenge, whether within the SEC or beyond. Tim Albin may be prepared to face one of the most intense atmospheres in the SEC, but even he admits that his team will be up against one of the best defenses in the country, with no visible weaknesses. If Kentucky continues to play with the same intensity and defensive discipline they have shown so far, there's little reason to doubt that the Wildcats will emerge with yet another compelling victory. What's your take now? Comment below.